If Stripe closed down your account, turned off your payouts, and is now sitting on your money for weeks or months with no clear answers, well, you're not alone. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happened to those funds after the shutdown occurred, how long Stripe can realistically hold your money, what you can do today to increase the chances of getting your money paid back faster. And if you listen to the end, I'm going to talk to you about the one mistake that many business owners make that makes it even harder to get their money back. Now, when Stripe terminates or shuts down an account, they almost never push the remaining funds into your bank account. They typically hold these funds for a number of days or weeks to ensure that refunds, chargebacks, and any liabilities that you have with your customers are taken care of. Now, that hold period can vary, and it really depends on how bad your chargebacks are, your level of refunds and customer complaints. But typically, they will keep it between 90 and 180 days for most businesses. If you're a high-risk business or something that they consider risky, they can hold it up to 9 months per their terms and conditions. And these terms and conditions, you've agreed to them as soon as you've signed up to use Stripe as your payment provider. Now, you're probably thinking 90, 180 days or 270 days. That's madness. Well, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to try to lower that to something a little bit more reasonable and try to get chunks of your money released a little bit quicker than what Stripe typically intends on doing. Now, the first thing that you need to do is you need to understand why Stripe shut down your account. And you have to be brutally honest with yourself. I mean, you don't need to tell everybody what happened, but you need to know why Stripe shut down your account. It could be purely a risk metric. For example, your chargebacks started trending higher, or, your refunds really got high up as well. Another thing could be a huge spike in volume. For example, if you have over 25% more volume from one month to the next, that could trigger them to see patterns in terms of chargebacks in the future and so forth that they don't like. And another thing could be that they got a lot of disputes, for example, from one specific country. Now, on the flip side, it could be, for example, you were processing for a business that's borderline on their high risk. So if you're operating a business that, is legal, but they consider it prohibited or restricted, but you still went ahead and started using Stripe for your processing, well, that could make things a little bit difficult for you in getting your money back. It's not impossible, but it just makes the delay a little bit longer. And keep in mind, if you were doing anything illegal, well, obviously, there's not much advice that I can give you there. If it's selling anything that should not be sold online or legally, then your money is likely gone. Another reason that they may have shut you down is for KYC compliance. That's know your client. So for example, if you input a name as the owner of the business, but then you send an ID of a person that doesn't match, if the documents between, for example, any bank statements don't match what is on the account as the business holder, well, all these things could cause mismatches and can cause Stripe to just question whether, things are on the up and up in your business. And obviously, if you made a mistake, it's an unfortunate mistake, but Stripe's algorithm may have caught it and shut down your account in consequence. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is that when you get that termination notice from Stripe, it isn't very clear why they're terminating you. They'll just tell you that, you fall outside of the risk appetite and you are now shut down. So they don't give you very, very much information. So it's important for you to understand the reason that they shut you down and be brutally honest with yourself, because that will help you get your money back a lot quicker, because you can reposition your strategy a little bit differently depending on the reason for the shutdown. Now, keep in mind, if Stripe shut down your account today, your money is not going to be released immediately. As I said earlier, they usually keep the money for 90, 180 days or even more. The important thing for you to understand is that you can try to get your money back in different intervals. What I would suggest is waiting at least 3 weeks after closure. I know it's very difficult to be operating a business with your cash flow being held hostage, but what that 3 weeks will allow Stripe to do is to see your chargeback rates, your refund rates, and where they're trending. If they're really tapering off very quickly and you reach out to them at the 3-week mark and you ask them, for example, for 50% of your money back, odds are that they will say yes, because your chargebacks are trending down, your refunds are trending down, and things are in general going well. So if they keep half of your money, that should suffice for any future risk. So, although it sounds frustrating and you're like, hey, Maria, I want all my money, you have to understand that Stripe is keeping your money to fund any refunds or chargebacks that may come in and any fees that result from that. So they can't give you all your money back because you are not actively processing with them. So they don't have any money coming in to counter any losses they may have. So asking for 50% of your money, about 3 weeks after your closure is usually your best bet to start getting some of that money back. If you argue too hard and you try to get all of it back really soon, odds are they will shut the door and they won't talk to you until the end of the period, either 180 days or 270 days if you're in a high risk category. Now, what you can also do is sometimes within your admin panel, you can take a look in Stripe to see if they have some kind of payout schedule. So log into your Stripe account, take a look at your admin panel, look for things like reserves or payout holds and so forth. Sometimes there's a date next to them. So you may not need to go through the steps if, the dates made sense and you're getting your money back, let's say in a week or 2 weeks and so forth. If you don't see any dates there or you just see hold, then obviously you need to take it further and go ahead and, contact them after 3 weeks. But keep in mind that a date may be added during that 3-week period. So you have to keep logging into your Stripe portal and taking a look to see if they've updated anything in your settings, in your payouts, in your reserves, and so forth. Now, once that couple of weeks has passed and you don't see any dates on there for you to get your money back, you need to open a ticket with support or ideally reply back to that original shutdown letter so it can go to the right department. Now, what you have to do in that email is you have to keep it brief. Keep in mind that the first level is an AI reading this and trying to analyze it. Then it's going to a human being that's going to analyze it a little further. And if they get confused, well, it gets pushed back. So it's important that you keep your letter brief. You explain, for example, in 1 or 2 sentences what your business does, like what is your business model, and keep emotion out of it. What you want to do is just be very factual and say, this is what we do, and this is how we sell our product or service. The next thing you want to do is acknowledge that they've shut down the account and you're not here to try to ask them to reopen it. Now, what that will do is it will get their guard down and they'll be more open to speaking with you about, your money and your funds and getting all that back. And the reason I say this is that once Stripe decides to shut down your account, a customer service agent or an AI bot or an AI agent will have no say in reopening your account, and then they'll have to maybe escalate it. It could take weeks, it could take months before somebody looks at it, and odds are they're not reopening it anyways. So there is no point in wasting your time and trying to convince them to reopen the account. And it's important to be clear that you're not trying to get the account reopened, you're just trying to get a payment schedule. And now to my last point, what you want to do is try to establish a timeline to get your money back. So, you could suggest something reasonable. As I said, after 3 weeks, you may want to ask them for 50% of your money back. And now keep in mind, this is not a hard and fast rule. If you see that your chargebacks are just going way higher than they were before, then you may want to wait an extra week or 2 and contact them after. Or you may want to ask for 25% of your money back. You have to understand that Stripe is a business. They don't want to have any losses. So if you propose something that doesn't make sense and they may get losses from chargebacks and refunds from your customers, they'll likely say no, and you'll probably have shut down the door for any negotiation. So although I'm telling you after 3 weeks, try to get 50% of your money back, if your chargebacks are doubling or tripling, well, that's not really the best course of action. If they're holding, you'll have to do the math and see how much money they're holding and what your chargeback liability will be, let's say in the next month or so, based on the current trend. Now, on the flip side, if your chargebacks have gone down and they're nearly 0 and so forth, this is a good time to ask for more money. You may want to ask for 60 or 70% of your money, but you want to let them keep a little bit of money because they will always say no to returning all of it. Now, Stripe may be open to giving you all your money back if there's 0 chargebacks, 0 refunds for at least 30 days. So these are kind of the rules that you have to keep in mind. And this is what risk people take a look at and look at trends and chargebacks and refunds and so forth. And then they can make their decision. If you need help with kind of understanding what makes sense, you can feel free to drop me a line down below and explain to me your situation, and I'll be happy to answer you and give you a suggestion of what kind of release you can ask for. One mistake that I see a lot of business owners make is they may close their company or close the bank account that's associated to the company. Keep in mind, Stripe has done all the verifications needed on that company and on the bank account that you had in your Stripe account. If you've decided to close that bank account, well, they won't be able to send the funds anywhere because they don't have any banking information. And worse than that, if you've decided to close your company, well, now they don't know who to pay the money back to. So it is very important, if you're operating a company and you decide to close it down, to try to keep it open as long as possible to get all your money back from Stripe before you shut down the company and the bank account that's associated to it. Now, if you have to shut down your company before Stripe pays you back, or there's a bankruptcy issue and so forth, well, at that point, what you need to do is you need to reach out to Stripe and advise them that the company has been shut down, and you have to give them a bank account that is associated to one of the owners that was listed on the Stripe account. So you can't just magically tell them, send the money here, or I have a new company, send it there. They won't do that. That will automatically get you blocked and cause a lot of issues. You have to give them the banking information of the owners. They're going to ask you likely for a void check or a bank verification letter, some IDs and so forth. And at that point, they'll be able to release the funds to you personally. Now, if the company is still in operation, but the bank account has been closed down, then you want to get them banking information as soon as possible, but you have to make sure that the name on the company bank account matches the company name that you subscribed to Stripe with. So these two have to match. If not, Stripe cannot release the money. Now, in practice, you're like, well, I own both companies, or why don't they just give me back the money? Why do they have to give it to the company and so forth? This is all things that are not in Stripe's control. There's something called AML laws, anti-money laundering laws, that all payment processors have to abide by. So Stripe needs to abide by the company that signed up for the account needs to be the company that receives the money. They cannot send the money elsewhere or to a person and so forth, unless the business has been closed. And if it has been closed, then it has to go to the person that actually owned the company. Now, I know this all sounds very complex, and I hope you were able to follow me, but the important thing to keep in mind is that if your account with Stripe gets shut down, try to keep your company open as long as possible with that same bank account that you had with Stripe, and that will avoid a lot of headaches for you in getting your money back. Now, what is realistic and what can you do next? Can you force Stripe to release all of your money? No, you cannot. And even getting a lawyer involved and so forth will not ensure that you get your money back. As I said earlier, when you signed up for Stripe, you accepted their terms and conditions. In those terms and conditions, it says that they can keep your money up to 9 months after they close your account down. And obviously, if there's anything that could be perceived as illegal in your business and so forth, well, as I said earlier, your money goes out the door there. But ultimately, you will get your money back. It may take long. With the steps that I've outlined here, I've seen a lot of merchants and a lot of business owners successfully get their money back in 30 or 60 days instead of waiting months and months on end. Now, I know, as I said, it's super frustrating to even not have access to your money for 30 days, but you have to keep in mind that Stripe needs to protect themselves against losses. So asking for all your money or going through the legal route and being super aggressive and getting your money when your chargebacks are still coming in, when you still have refunds and so forth, will likely lead to them just keeping the money longer. So I hope you found these steps useful. And if you need any help in getting your funds back from Stripe, or if you'd like me to review the letter that you sent to Stripe, I'd be happy to do so. And don't forget, if you're looking for another payment processor, if Stripe's shut you down and you don't know what to do next, feel free to contact me or somebody from my team at Direct Paynet, and we will gladly help you get another merchant account for your business. Thank you so much for listening, and have yourself a great day.